You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5.
Welcome back to the Betoota Weekly News Bulletin, coming at you from the Budgy Smuggler Booth here in the heart of our town's old city district. My name is Errol Parker, and with me here today is editor of the Betoota Advocate, Clancy Overall, and of course the cadet, Wendell Hussey. How are you today, Wendell?
Very well, thank you, Errol. It's good to have you back.
Clancy, how are you?
I'm well, thanks, mate. Hello to the listeners. This week, your short, sharp, and honest news wrap is brought to you by Stan's new season of Better Call Saul.
Like all good lawyers, he's dodgy as fuck, isn't he, Clancy? I wish I could have called Saul when I got nabbed setting a match under my dilapidated investment property in Betoota Heights the other day.
Certainly would have been pretty handy to have a lawyer like that around town. Unfortunately for you, all of the criminal lawyers and solicitors in this town are all good, decent people who care about the law. We don't have that same culture as they do in the States, but it does make for entertaining viewing. Now, Season 5 of the Breaking Bad prequel is dropping on the 24th of February and is only on Stan.
You can binge all the first 4 seasons right now. So sign up to Stan today for a free 30-day trial and get your teeth into it.
Saul good, man.
Wendell, let's kick this bulletin off. What's making news this week?
Starting off with some motoring news this week, Errol, and the announcement that Holden would be scrapping its operations has saddened many around the country. However, we managed to find a man quietly optimistic about the future. Owner of Canary Yellow 2002 Holden Cruise, quietly optimistic now it'll be a classic one day.
Yes, and as a Holden owner, that man has some fucking rocks inside his head where his brain should be, because anyone who has a brain knows that any Holden is now completely and utterly worthless. Even the nice-looking Tiranas, the classic cars, we should all just crush them up into cubes and push them out into the sea.
Yes, a few sad Southern Cross and Australian flag-themed shared Facebook profiles this week, but as this old Holden Cruise owner believes, it's good news for him. He's reported to have said, "I might even start filling him up with premium. I'm quietly confident he'll be on the cover of Classic Car in a few decades." Must be confident if he's referring to his car as a him, because we all know real car people refer to them as a her.
Moving on to some other news of national significance now. John Howard and Tony Abbott caught rushing to the gates of St. Kevin's to offer character references.
Yes, 2 high-profile men, former prime ministers. It'd be a bit of a stretch calling them retired politicians because they were both sacked by their electorates respectively, but they have developed quite a name defending prominent rock spiders around this country, namely Cardinal Pell, the highest ranking member of the Australian Catholic Church. They both defended him, offering character references during the criminal trial. And in fact, I believe Tony Abbott went and visited that convicted rock spider in prison of late. So it does not surprise me that they've headed down to St. Kevin's just to help out whichever pedophile needs help.
Yes, well, hopefully one day John Howard and Tony Abbott can just get it over and done with and open mouth pash in public.
Hunter Clark from downtown Betoota Pond says, Bettina Arndt, Andrew Bolt and all the biggest names in the Australian and Daily Telegraph are now currently penning a series of 800-word articles about how personal boundaries, particularly with children, are something the left came up with to oppress taxpayers.
Moving right along and back home in town now, single local man insists his bed is far more comfortable without a bed frame.
Yes, we've all been there, haven't we, Wendell?
We certainly have, some longer than others.
Yes, a uni student who had things broken off by his girlfriend about 12 months ago says he's more of a minimalist and prefers sleeping with his mattress on the ground.
And it's also been revealed by our reporters that the only other piece of furniture in that room is a chair, which he uses to hang his towel on.
At least I can play the Xbox and go out whenever I want now without being hassled, said the heartbroken, tormented young man.
A free man living his best life. Elsewhere around Betoota this week, and a childless couple have revealed that they think they'd never use a tablet to distract a toddler for a couple of minutes.
Well, that is an interesting point, and I believe that is an issue with childless couples around the country thinking and actually preaching what they would do and what they will do when they have kids. But at the end of the day, Wendell, I'm not sure, you're a bit younger than me, but I have 5 kids under the age of 15 now, and I would never trust my own children with a tablet. We did have a iPad, I believe, iPad 2 in our household, and my son threw it out of a moving car on our recent holiday to Mollymook, and he actually hit a cyclist.
And elsewhere around town, it was Valentine's Day last Friday, and we wrote a story about a local man in need of a little bit of love. That one was, I'm going to give myself a little Friday Arvo blowout, says local bachelor on Valentine's Day.
Yes, another article in the Betoota Advocate that's glorifying alcoholism and problem drinking.
And bachelordom. Let's not forget that one. That's the second one today. Is everything all right at home, Wendell?
Yeah, this one was one of yours, wasn't it,
You're really
Wendell?
circling around these bachelor stories.
Well, look, sometimes you have to embrace it and you have to treat yourself to a little bit of self-care and a little bit of self-love. So things are going great.
Well, just be careful, Wendell, because you're starting to look as red as Barnaby Joyce's gooch skin.
Yeah, and your right arm is substantially bigger than your left. So anyway, back to the story.
Yes, this local man was enjoying himself a couple of Canadian Club tongue wetters, and he said he was enjoying it and going to rip in and treat himself because he doesn't have to wake up tomorrow morning and do any of that dumb shit like going shopping or going to brunch or going to an art gallery.
Or cuddling with someone, or having his hair braided, or just being looked after in general. Who would want any of that dumb shit anyway? Good on him. Got to look after yourself sometimes.
And on that note, that's the news bulletin for another week. Thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe to the podcast in order to get your fix of honest, hard-hitting regional news. Until next time, I'm Wendell Hussey.
I'm Clancy Overall.
And I am